Hey everyone, welcome back to my astrology channel. Today we're going to talk about Jupiter in your second house. So for that, we need to understand what is Jupiter. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about the characteristics of Jupiter, the different aspects of Jupiter, and Jupiter itself. So let's talk about what is Jupiter. So Jupiter is an older planet. Jupiter is considered a teacher, a guru, a mentor. Okay, so Jupiter is connected with being dharmic because it owns house 9 and house 12 in the Kalpurush Kundali. So, house 9 is your father, is your dharma, it's your spirituality, it's your foreign travel, your long distance travel. So, Jupiter definitely rules all of that, the father, the foreign travel, or the long distance travel, the spirituality, the higher studies, PhD level studies, because it's a guru, it's a teacher, it's a mentor. So that's what Jupiter is. Jupiter is also all about ethics, integrity, meditation. Okay. Jupiter is a planet of expansion. It gives you good children. If Jupiter is benefic for your horoscope, you'll have good children. You'll have good partners, whether in business or in life. You'll have good real estate, good property, good family, good mother, good father, good mentors, teachers. Okay, so Jupiter, as long as it's benefic for your horoscope, you should see all those things in your life. Okay, Jupiter is a very ethical planet. If you see Jupiter sitting on a house, most likely that house is going to be very ethical and very integrity oriented home, unless there's malefic influences on that house, such as Rahu either sitting with it or aspecting it, or Shani, Saturn, sitting with it or aspecting it, or Mars, etc. So those kind of influences then will tag on, or Ketu. So Jupiter is also a very righteous planet. Okay, it is considered more like a saint. So, and it's considered a lazy planet also. It does bestow lots and lots of prosperity. So if it's aspecting a certain house and that house is connected with wealth somehow, you can be sure you'll get wealth. Again, as long as there are no associations in that house. So let's talk about the aspects of the house. What aspects does Jupiter have? And then we'll go into the house that the Jupiter is sitting in. So the fifth aspect, Jupiter has 3 aspects. It has the 5th aspect from its house, from where it's sitting in, and then it has a 7th aspect from where it's sitting in, and then it has a 9th aspect from where it's sitting in. So we'll talk about the 5th aspect. 5th aspect of Jupiter is considered one of the best aspects. So if you think about 5th house in the Kalpurush Kundali, 5th house is considered the house of your past life good deeds. So when Jupiter is placing that 5th aspect on the 5th house from where it's sitting, it is giving you that blessing based on your past good deeds that you have done. So you care for that house like your child, and that house may also care for you like you are its child. So that's one of the best aspect to have, because that's an aspect that you get without doing anything. You get that because you're bringing it from your past life's good deed. The second aspect that you get is 7th aspect from where it's sitting. Now that aspect is basically a give and take. So if you give good in that relationship, you get good back. But you want that aspect to be really good. So Jupiter blessing it helps you. If you want that aspect to be good, then Jupiter is going to help you. For example, if you have that aspect on your 7th house, if you're going to give good to your kids, if you're going to be nice to them, if you're going to treat them well, they're going to treat you well. They may still treat you well regardless because of Jupiter's 7th aspect. But can you imagine if you treat them well, they're going to treat you so much better? So that's kind of like your 7th aspect. Now, if there's malefic influences, things will change. Now, 9th aspect, Jupiter has a 3rd aspect which is the ninth aspect from it, from where it's sitting. Now, that is your life's topmost goal, is kind of what you feel. But Jupiter is always blessing it. Okay. So that will seem like a struggle for you in your life, that it's struggle, this is something I can't get lifted up. So let's say, for example, if that aspect is on your seventh house, okay, you may feel like relationship with your spouse, or seventh house is also business feels like a struggle. But eventually Jupiter is going to bless you where that relationship can take off. It can become good for you, but it's going to require struggle from you. It's going to require a lot of effort from you. You have to really want to do it. And then Jupiter will help, will give its blessing. You can't just sit there and say, I'm not going to do anything with this aspect. Well, then Jupiter's not going to be able to, it can only give so much blessings to it, right? Now, again, if there's anything malefic in your horoscope, if Jupiter is a functional malefic, those things will take time. Jupiter is still a very benefic planet because that's its innate nature. It's going to be benefic to you. So those are the aspects. Okay, so let's talk about Jupiter in your second house. What is house second? The second house. That's the family you're born into. Those are your values that you grow up with, that the family gives you. It's your mouth, so the food that you take in, and the words that you speak. It's the first words that come out of your mouth. It's also your speech itself. Second house is also the house of wealth. So now when Jupiter sits in it, it is going to expand the qualities of it. So depending on whether Jupiter is benefic or malefic for your chart, or functionally malefic, or even neutral for your chart, that's how you will see this happening with you. If it's benefic, you're going to see that you have a great family, great values, great traditions, great wealth. You may be into a banking family, jeweler family, great wealth. You may speak really great. You may be a singer. You may eat right. You may have a taste for sweets. Watch out for obesity or any kind of diseases related to a sweet tooth. But that's something you can see happening to you. If you have any kind of functional malefic or neutral for Jupiter, you may see the opposite of that. You may see that you have a family, but the traditions don't match with how you value traditions to be. Perhaps they don't speak properly with you. Perhaps you are not able to speak properly with them. Perhaps the eating habits of the whole family are incorrect, or yours are incorrect. Perhaps the wealth is not staying no matter what you do. So those are the things that you can see happening with that placement. Wherever Jupiter sits, it takes away from that house. So you will see a lot more on the negative side, at least from your own heart. You may see a lot more on the negative side than on the positive. Now let's talk about the aspects of Jupiter. The first aspect is placing in house number 6. What is house 6? House 6 is the house of your pain, debt, disease, enemies, competition, conflicts, litigation, pets, your daily job, your daily routine job that you do, service job, and service to people, service to society also is seen from here. Not necessarily charity, that you will see more from house 12, but more of your service that you do with you being involved in it. So Jupiter's 5th aspect on this house may give you court cases, litigation, debt, pain, but Jupiter is going to take all of that away. Jupiter's going to fight for you and will take that away, but you will get it. But Jupiter will help you with that because it's got its 5th aspect on it. Your daily job would do great. You would have a great daily job. If you ever lose it, you should get another one. You have to work hard at it, but you should. Let's talk about the 7th aspect. That is on house number 8. What is house 8? House 8 is the house of secrets. It's a house of depth, research, transformation, sudden gain, sudden loss. So it's the house of your in-laws also. So when Jupiter is giving the 7th aspect on this house, you may have struggled with your in-laws. You may have struggled with research-related activities. Perhaps you get a building and that building has foundation issues, or your real estate has foundation issues. It says also in your body parts, if house 2 is the food that you take in, this is how you excrete the food out. You may have struggled with that part of your body. Females may have struggled with the uterus also. But because Jupiter has its aspect on it, you should be able to come out of it. Okay, so it's what you give is what you get. Say you have issues with the lower part of your body. Maybe it's based on what you put into your mouth. So you should maybe eat right to not have those issues. So it's basically what you put in it, what you get. In-laws. If you're having issues with your in-laws, perhaps go and have a good relationship with them. You try to speak with them properly. You try to do things for them. When you do that, they're going to revert back because Jupiter has its 7th aspect. So Jupiter is going to help you many folds. Let's talk about the 9th aspect. 9th aspect, as I always say, is the most struggling one. Okay, but Jupiter will bless you. Okay, so that's on house 10. What's house 10? It's a house of your work. House 10 is a house of your karma, the style of work that you do, what you do, what work do you do, where your work would be, what workplace. It's also your knees. So maybe you've had struggle with your knees, okay? And maybe after the age of 45, say you're going to really focus on how to fix it. And that's when Jupiter is going to bless you and say, yes, I'm going to help you fix it because you're putting the effort in fixing it. Maybe you're going to start to work harder in whatever you're doing. And Jupiter is going to bless you then. Like, yes, okay, if you're going to put the effort in it, I'm going to help you. So if you see your horoscope has this placement and you can resonate with what I'm saying, please put it down in the comments. Would love to check it out. And if you have any questions, please put them in the comments. And we do provide personal horoscope readings. So do reach out to us with the link in the description and we'll get back to you. And don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon so you don't miss out on future videos. And hit like, that would be great. And thank you so much for watching.